of Janice Enjoys Podcast, where we are all about unlocking life's incredible magic. I'm your spirited host, Nyambudogori, and I'm delighted to be with you here. First of all, I want to say thank you to my incredible viewers who take their time to listen to these weekly episodes that I usually post. I want to say thank you so much for your support, and thank you for always, for even in thinking of taking this journey of self-awareness and self-discovery. If you're new here, you are very much welcomed. In this podcast, we're always talking about self-development, self-awareness, becoming the best version of yourself, self-discovery, everything to do with self, and self-love. And if that is something that interests you, or it is something that you want to embark on, welcome to Janice Enjoys Podcast. You're on the right podcast. This is the podcast for you if those are the kind of things that you're looking into. And don't even be afraid, because in this podcast, we are all about authenticity. You come the way you are. We are going to appreciate you, and you're going to take step by step, and we are going to go into this journey together, and we're going to hold each other's hands, and no judgments, nothing like that here. And we are going to elevate together and become the best versions of ourselves. I'm really proud of you if that is the journey that you are partaking at the moment, and congratulations. It is such an amazing ride, an amazing adventure. You will learn so much about yourself, and you will explore parts of yourself that you thought that they were dead, and others that you didn't even know they existed. That is the most adventurous part of this journey. You'll just discover parts that you never knew that they existed, and you learn to appreciate and love them. So if you're looking into becoming the best version of yourself, if you're looking into elevating your life, if you're looking into knowing yourself better, this is the podcast for you. And we usually post our episodes every Thursday, so like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to hit on that notification bell to let you know every Thursday when I upload these episodes. Welcome to Janice Enjoys family. We love you here, and we appreciate you, and we are so grateful that you have begun this journey to self-awareness, right? So welcome to Janice Enjoys Podcast. If you've not liked or subscribed into this channel, please subscribe. I really need your support. I really need it. So do me that favor and subscribe. Check out my other socials, Instagram and TikTok, to be more entertained and to get to know me better. Okay. All right. So last week's episode, you guys, I told you about my relationship with God and how I rekindled it and how I ignited it into whatever it is right now. And I told you how much it has changed who I am, how much it has changed my perspective of life, and how much it has really elevated me, my relationship with God. And I wish that on everybody, honestly. And in this podcast, you all know that I believe in God. So yes, I usually talk about Him in most of my episodes. And yes, so that was the episode of last week. And if you've not listened to that episode, please go back and listen to that episode, because it was such an inspiration. That episode made me realize, like, oh my God, really, I'm in this with Him. I'm on a journey with Him as well. Not only am I on a journey to discover myself and to know myself better, I'm also on a journey to know God on my own personal level, on a level that I understand better, of which I really hope that on everybody, because knowing God on your own level and knowing God on your own words, how you can, as in like you can describe Him on your own words, it's just something that you need to experience on your own, so that you can be able to say who He is in your life in your own terms. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so that was my episode of last week, and I appreciate all of you who took your time to listen to that episode and to watch that episode and to comment on that episode. I really appreciate you, and it was such a delight to realize that most of you guys, most of my viewers, and most of the people who listen to this podcast, they know God and they love God. I don't know how deep or how far or how, in what way, but as long as you acknowledge Him, that's it. Acknowledging Him, he'll meet you wherever you are. Just acknowledge Him. That's all He needs, and then He'll come, and even if you've lost your faith, He'll come and pick it up for you. Okay? Because like I told you in my last episode, I had a strained relationship with God for a couple of years, but then again, here I am, who I wouldn't have thought, honestly, right? So on today's episode, you guys, I want to talk about having stepping into your own light, and knowing who you are and knowing that you matter, right? So that is what I want to discuss about on this episode tonight. So let's dig into the episode. Okay. What does it mean when I say stepping into your own light? When I say stepping into your own light, I mean like you've already begun this journey and you want to now come out as as a new person, as a person who identifies as a different person from whatever everybody else knows and whatever the whole world knows. If you are not by the whole world, that is whatever everybody else has projected on you, how you step into your new person and live in that person without feeling intimidated. First of all, you have to have a positive attitude, an attitude and a vibe that is worth catching. You have to be, and that comes from authenticity. You decide, you discover who you are and you live into that vibe. Like you find these people. Have you ever met people who are such a vibe, like not the I'll give you an example in a party context. For example, in a party or a gathering where people are like friends or people, and people always excited to see this one person. For me, I am that person. When I am in a place, people are always excited to know me. They are always excited to be there with me. And I didn't realize that before, because I used to dim my light. I used to dim my light all the time, and I didn't know people always are attracted to me and my vibe, because I am not, like I told you before, I'm not a moody person, and I'm always hyper. I'm always entertaining, or not entertaining like that is singing karaoke or anything. No, entertaining in a way that my mood is always hyper. Whether we are in a club or not, I'm always in a hyper mood, and people are so attracted to that vibe, and they love me for that vibe. And I didn't know that. And when you have that vibe that is worth catching, that attitude that is worth catching, people find you attractive. If you didn't know, you know now. So have that attitude that is worth catching. Have a contagious attitude that people are resistant to you, and realize it and nurture it and make it. Don't use it in a don't use it in a malicious way. In a way to take advantage of people or to manipulate people. Use your vibe to encourage people to be more authentic, to be more themselves. Like I read a post on Facebook that said that have an attitude that no, not don't have, no, sorry, that I was digressing. It was saying be so authentic, be so yourself that everybody else around you is comfortable being themselves as well, being authentic. And I find that is the vibe that I usually give out most of the time, because when I'm around people, they feel so comfortable to be themselves, and you should know what it is about you that when you're around people, they're attracted to, and work on that so that you can be able to step on that light and be more authentic with yourself. You understand? Okay. And also, for you to be able to do that, you have to stop feeling ugly all the time and hiding yourself, and stop staying in the corner, always being the silent girl at an event or anywhere in public. Stop being that girl who feels so ugly. And I can tell you something. It's so contradicting me saying this about myself, and yet it's the truth. I used to feel like that girl. I used to feel like I really need to hide myself all the time. So I used to put myself in a corner so that people can. But I grew that over time. I've told you about this story where I used to be shamed. I used to be traumatized because of my big ears when I was a little girl, and it really messed up with my self-esteem, and it really messed up with who I am as a person. But I eventually went to that girl who lost her self-esteem at class 2, picked her up and brought her up and nurtured her and brought her self-esteem back. So I'm urging you to go back wherever it is, whether it is with a man, whether your self-esteem is with a man, whether your self-esteem is with your friends, whether your self-esteem is with your colleague, with your boss, your mom, whoever it is. Go back for it, because having high self-esteem will save you a lot of bullshit. I saw this girl on TikTok saying this, and I can relate. I can literally relate, because I was that girl who had left her self-esteem behind, who always thought that she was ugly, who I was this, I was having this conversation. Let me digress for a minute. I was having this conversation sometime this week with my best friend. I was telling her the way when you're a child, or not even a child, when people may bring you down, or people who this mean people, this is the world. Let's be real, this is the world, and we have mean people. As much as we have good people, we also have bad people. So this when somebody brings you down or tries to bring you down, the worst thing that can happen to you is you thinking that it's the truth. So this is what happened to me. I thought that when people used to make fun of my ears, they used to laugh at them. So when they used to laugh at them, I used to think they were ugly. You see, that is the interpretation that I had, and the interpretation, I don't know what they thought, because that is not my business right now. But having that people laughing at you, it makes you feel inferior. And that is the thing about these bad humans. And we don't blame them. We just pray to God for them and for God to help them. But don't be that human. When people treat you like trash, don't treat them like trash back. Be the bigger person. I know we see a lot in the internet say, don't be the bigger person, don't be but for your sanity and for your own mental health, just be the bigger person and let it go. In fact, that is even what God tells you to do. In fact. So I was telling you, so if your self-esteem, you left it somewhere, go and pick it up. Imagine, look at me, just look at this beauty, just look. This is an epitome of beauty. I should be in all billboards in Nairobi, honestly. Oh my God, just look how gorgeous. Just look how beautiful. And you can imagine, somebody one time took away my self-esteem and I thought otherwise about myself. And that was my younger self. I'm sorry for her. I apologize to her, and now she's in a better place. But I can tell you for a fact, do not let that happen to you, because if that happens to you at this our big age, it's going to take a minute to recover it. So don't let people bring you down. Don't sit in a corner feeling ugly, telling yourself, oh, I don't have nyash. Who told you? Do you know who looks at nyash even? I don't have this, or I look this, or I look that. Just flex with those things that God gave you. We are beautifully and wonderfully made, but in God's image, all of us. So stop thinking through other people's minds, what they are thinking or saying. It's not your business. I know I usually say all the time, it's not your business, it's not your business, it's not your business, but it's your business to have a good mental health. It's your business to take care of yourself. It's not your business. Yes, sometimes it's good to see what other people are saying about you, so that it can encourage you to become better. Or like for me, I really care about what you guys think about me. I really care about what you guys see on these episodes. But that doesn't mean that if you come trolling me, I will care, because I stand on my ground and I know myself already. Those bad humans who come and start trolling you everywhere and telling you you're this and this and this, or why don't you have your own thing going on for yourself? You feel like asking someone that, but you don't want to stoop to their level. So you just say that is none of your business, and you stay far from them. But when it's something that is beneficial to other people, you definitely care what feedback they give you. Because if they give you a bad feedback, your product is not good, or your product needs some. I'm sorry to say that. It doesn't mean that your product is not good. It means that you need to enhance something on your product. The same way as I come here in front of this camera, I usually want to hear your feedback, because I want to know that someone somewhere is being touched or is being inspired to begin this journey. Because honestly, if I will do, I don't know if I have it. I said last week that I'm going to do that. Oh my God, I've been so caught up in myself that I didn't do it. But I'm going to show you my before and after photos, after my glow up, and you guys won't believe it. And you'll know that these things are very much possible if you really believe in yourself, and if you give yourself credit, and if you give yourself that chance to prove to yourself that. And it's okay sometimes to feel like you're not doing it. It's okay sometimes like to sit in your feelings and to feel like you're under the weather. It's okay to be under the weather sometimes, because that is like your body that is like your body telling you to slow down. It's okay to sit down and reflect, not always like trying to improve all the time. When, for example, you're in that situation where you're feeling ugly about yourself, for example, because of what the society have told us about beauty standards, or because you've been so caught up in other people's lives that you forget that you have your own life that you need to live authentically. If you're caught up in those situations and you're trying to pull yourself out, and it gets to it, and sometimes you feel like it hits you so hard, it's okay to sit down with your feelings. It's okay to sit down and tell yourself, okay, and start to strategize again, and take another route that it feels safer and not so tormenting to you. Because sometimes we are so hard on ourselves. Maybe we are trying to better ourselves, and we become so hard on ourselves that we forget that we are also human beings, and don't push yourself so hard. Yes, it's okay to push yourself, but try to balance it, at least, so that you don't get caught up. Okay. Another thing about stepping into your light is about accepting and releasing. All right, you have to accept not everybody is going to like you, and not everybody is meant for you, and nobody is meant to be in your life, and you release them. Because if you don't do that, they are going to suck you up in their own energies. Okay. And for you, and by the way, you guys, I came after I began my journey with God, I came to realize that he affirms us in all these things all the time in his word. But we forget it. I forget it. Most of us forget it. Because we tend to listen to other people more than we listen to ourselves. And I told you last week in this podcast, God lives within us. God lives within us. Until we realize that, and we see him, it's going to be impossible to see ourselves as good people, or as beautiful people, or as people that we want to be, or as people that he intended us to be, because God intended us to be superhumans. He didn't intend us to be basic people. We do that to ourselves by projecting by accepting what other people are telling us about ourselves. You get it? So to be able to step into your own light, you have to accept and release, and not accept everything. Like for me, I released my fear of being ugly because of these ears. Imagine if I was holding onto it, onto that negative energy, onto that pain, onto that victim mentality, and saying, "Oh, my ears, my ears." I wouldn't even be having this channel right now, because I'd be feeling so inferior about myself that I can't even, because I'm not releasing that. And we are not, I told you about hoarding. What are you hoarding? This in this life, we are supposed learning and relearning, letting go of the things that are not serving you right, accepting and releasing. Okay, accept compliments and release bad energies. All right, accept to change your life and release your past self. Accept that you're not who you were last year, and release that person and start living into another person that you are intended to. Accept that you need to grow as a human being. Accept that. Release the narrative that you're supposed to be the same year in, year out. Accept that you need to have a routine. Accept that you need to adjust that routine every now and then until it fits your ideal person that you want to be. Accept that person that you want to be cannot be just living in your mind, in your mentality. It's the person that you're supposed to be. You're supposed to manifest them, and they're supposed to be your reality. Okay? And also, when you accept that not everybody is for you, and not everybody will like you, and you're not going to seek liking and being loved from people who are not like you. Find your tribe. Find people who are like you. Find people who if you don't like, if you're in a place that people are always bringing you down, get out of those kind of friendships. Get out of those kind of situations. Go find your tribe. Stay alone for a while. You'll find your people. You'll attract your people, and accept that, and release the narrative that you needed to be accepted by those people that you like. Because if they're not liking you, why should you? Why should you? Yes, I know the Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love them from afar. Release them. Even when you release them, they're going to realize that they're going to realize what they missed with you. Maybe you are bringing something on the table that they took for granted, because you took it for granted, you yourself. Because you took yourself for granted. I was this person for a very long time. That is people pleasing. Remove yourself from those places and accept it and release them completely. Okay, and let me tell you about these people who don't like you. They have this tendency of always bringing insecurities to you and making you feel inferior. That is why you're pushing yourself to a corner, pushing yourself to a corner, pushing yourself to a corner. You see, and that is why I recommend reading books all the time. You see, I have a library that I've bought so many books that I read, and they have helped me grow mentally. And the first step to change is your mental, your mind. Your mind is the first place to change. Before you change physically, your mind has to change. Your status of your mind has to change. Delete all contacts. Cut them off. Begin your journey into being a new person without being afraid. And for you not to be afraid is by staying alone and identifying those things and when you stay alone, like I told you, when I stayed alone, that is when I realized, oh, I was such a vibe, because these people were everybody wanted me to be in their places, in their events, and it was like, there's something they're getting from me. There's something they're getting from me. What is that? Can I give that to myself? Can I be that hyper person to myself? Can I be gassing myself up? Can I be bringing myself up? And I did. And these are the results. And I can tell you for a fact. And by the way, you guys, I wanted to tell you, let me digress for a moment. I realized I've been posting videos for almost 6 months right now. Imagine 6 months. I've been posting these episodes for 6 months. And every time it gets better with each episode. It gets better with each episode. And let me tell you something. These episodes, as much as they're transforming your lives, they're transforming mine as well. Imagine they're transforming mine as well, because I am now becoming I am now becoming conscious of myself. I'm now becoming more conscious. Oh my god, you guys, you think it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's something. And well, let me tell you, when you become strong in your identity, and you become strong day by day, it builds day by day. It's a process that builds day by day, day by day, day by day, and it's by the grace. And you, like, I tell you, every day you need to pray for yourself endlessly, because there's those under the weather days. There are some days that they can be so crappy. There's some days that they can be so difficult that you feel like going back to your old self. You feel like going back to your old life. But when you see how far you've come and how much goodness you're experiencing, you say no. Like, as much as it's sometimes it's lonely, because, like, for me, I lost a lot of people. You feel sometimes like you're bored, or you miss some conversations. When you say you want to change your life. It doesn't mean that everybody that you stay aside from, they were bad. Definitely you miss some conversations, you miss some laughter, you miss some good times. But you have to choose which one you really want the most. Is it your life, or is it this path? Because when you go back to something that is so familiar, when you go back to your familiar self, it's very easy to be triggered to be comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you're in a familiar environment again. Now you're going back to step one, and that is not what you want. So for you to be able to build that strong identity, to be able to step into your light, you need to have values that values that are going to build your character. Actually, you're building your character. You're building the person that you want to be, and it's not a one night thing. It's not that something that you can sleep tomorrow and today you're that person. In the book of Atomic Habits, they even tell you build a character in 21 days. 21, is it 21 days? I think it's 21 days, right? Around 3 weeks. So 3 weeks to build a character. Not a character, a habit. To build a habit, and then it takes some time to build a character. So that habit to build in those 3 weeks. It's not a child's play. It's not child's play for you to stick to that routine. You need to have those values that you stand on, and you stand on business, and you say, I want to change my life. I want to become the best version of myself. I want to be soft. I want to be pretty. I want to attract good things. I want to attract good people. And that is how you build your second nature, according to the book Atomic Habits, and according to so many other books that I have read. Actually, I haven't read the Atomic Habits, but I read a few chapters. I didn't finish the book because I can't even explain, but that is a story of another day. Okay? So you have to stand you have to identify your values and the characters that you want to embody, and that comes from the people that you aspire to be like. That girl that you envision in your mind to be like. What are her characters? What are her daily moves? And try to, as much as you can. When you forget, when for example you've started the day and you've said this are my routine for this day. Maybe you wake up by 6, you do your prayers, you do your exercise, whatever exercise that you do, and then you say, from this time and this time I'll be doing this. Or maybe you go to the office, and then you're going to be so organized. If you say, and for example that day you miss one thing, you call yourself out. You tell yourself, today you woke up late. Please, tomorrow, try your best not to wake up late. So you're holding yourself accountable. And if you don't wake up late, if you wake up late, then the following day, you make sure you hold yourself accountable. And if you wake up the following day, if you improve on your behavior, make sure you celebrate those wins. Because when you celebrate the wins, they keep you motivated. When you say, oh my God, and you gas yourself up, because I'm not going to come and gas you up. So nobody else is going to, even your best friend, not even your sister. Hey, I'm telling you, this journey is nice because you feel better about yourself. But sometimes it's so lonely. You don't have nobody to gas you up, especially if you're used to being surrounded by people all the time. You have to remove those people. You have to remove them. You have to do it on your own and step into that into your light, and you remove the fear of being seen. You remove that fear. You live authentically with your life on your shoulders like this, and you say, this is the life that I want, and I'm going for it. I want to change it. I don't want to be this person anymore. I want to be a better person. Learn your shortcomings. Work on them. If you have a problem with relating with people, public speaking, for not public speaking, for example, talking to people, communicating with people. Work on your communication with people. If I was listening to Murugi and the girls, they'll say about friendships. This is not the time to even think about the people to stay in your life. If they can't match up to where you are or who you want to be, just release them. Just release them. If they were meant to be in your life, they'll catch up with you. They'll catch up with you at whatever point that they'll be able to. But if they won't be able to catch up, you'll just say it wasn't meant to be. But not in a, don't be enemies, or don't be that kind of girl who wants to go having enemies everywhere. That is not healthy, by the way. It's very unhealthy. But just release them. Stop holding spaces for people who are not helping you grow. Have assets in your life. Have people who are pushing you to be the better version of yourself. Have people who are holding you accountable. Have people who are celebrating you. People who are telling you, babe, you're becoming better. I'm proud of this version of you. You know, these people, they are the people who make you, who light up your days when you're under the weather. Okay, so please step into your light, you guys. I really hope you step into your life, and I pray you step into your light. And I really appreciate. Okay, I'm sorry, I had a small challenge. Okay, that said, I hope you guys will challenge yourself, kill all the insecurities you have about yourself, and step into your light, live authentically, and accept who you are, and start working from wherever you are at this particular moment. And please embrace this journey, embrace the self-awareness journey, embrace it, because it's going to save you a lot of trouble, and it's going to save you from a lot of things that we put ourselves through. Okay? So please kill all the insecurities, acknowledge the small wins, celebrate them, and make sure you reward yourself for the small wins. And please romanticize your life. Romanticize every small detail. Whether it's making whatever, just make it in a very romantic way, in a very girlish way. It is, in fact, I came to realize it is a recipe to reduce stress. It is a recipe just to make you feel better about yourself. It is a recipe to open your creativity in your mind, because you start seeing yourself and telling yourself, oh, Kumbe, I can do this. Oh, Kumbe, I can do this good. Kumbe, I am capable of doing good things. Kumbe, my hands are capable of magic. You know, I think that is the recipe, that is the secret about romanticizing your life that they don't tell us about. So romanticize every small detail, whether it's going to the bathroom, just go looking nice, you know, with your cute bonnet or whatever that you go to the bathroom with, and just shower with nice smelling soaps, scrub yourself always use nice exfoliators, nice bathroom scrubs, nice soaps. Just romanticize everything. Buy yourself scented candles, you know, just to make your space look romantic or look nice. Okay, that is just a recipe for reducing stress in a day. And those are the small things that I'm asking you to acknowledge. Okay, all right. So stop feeling ugly. Stop pulling yourself into a corner. Stop making yourself feel unseen. Make yourself seen. There's nobody like you. You're the only person who is like you. So appreciate yourself and bring yourself up as much as you can. It elevates who you are. And that energy is super contagious. Everybody who's around you, they get the same energy, and they treat you the same, with the same respect, with the same energy, and the same level that you're treating yourself. Get it from the girl who used to lower herself. Take it from the girl who used to people please. Take it from the girl who used to make herself unseen. This is she, and she's telling you this. So I'm not speaking from the books or from anywhere I meet. I'm speaking from my own experience, and I hope this experience, if you're going through the similar experience, I hope that it serves as an encouragement, just to tell you, you know what, sis, it's never that serious, and please live your life authentically. Okay? Yes, I appreciate you guys so much taking your time to listen to these weekly episodes, and I love you so much. I love you, and please begin this journey. It's all roses. It's not like it's all roses. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You can tell it for yourself. And please like, share, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram page and my TikTok account, Nyambudhogori on both, and step into your own light. All right? Okay, share this episode with your friends, with your cousins, with your family members, with everybody to watch this episode, so that we can all step into our own light and live authentically and rise up together. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.